what can I say? It's a day after the game. This is your post-game review episode of the Raider Critique of Week 5 against the Los Angeles Chargers. What can be said about this game that hasn't been said already? What can be said about this team that hasn't been said already? 1 week, last week, our offense was on fire. We played like a team. We played with chemistry. This week, non-existent. All the hiccups and bad mistakes are back from the previous first 3 weeks that we had this season. Everything is appearing its ugly face again. And I thought that we were going to get over this, but I see that it's going to take a lot longer and a lot more time to develop chemistry with this roster. It's heartbreaking for us Raider fans, knowing that we are definitely in a rebuild mode. And don't get it twisted, because that's exactly what we're in. We're being purged. And everything about this team, from Jack Del Rio's perspective and Reggie McKenzie's perspective back when he first came in, the resemblance is gone. We're not going to do any stats today. I find it completely irrelevant to report on stats on a team who doesn't even try on the football field, and that's exactly what I saw. I saw a team who did not give a fuck. They didn't want to be out there. They didn't want to play. I saw lackluster play calling. I didn't see a pass rush. We got one sack. One sack from Bruce Irvin the whole game. We didn't score our first touchdown until the end of the game. So many 3-and-outs. It's just like the team didn't even show up to play. The fans were there to see a game, and the Raiders didn't show up to play. Anyway, let's hit the intro, and let's go into the score of the Raiders versus the Chargers at LA Coliseum. Now, everybody remembers my pregame on the keys to winning. And when it comes to the keys of winning, let's go ahead and go over what I went over on pregame on what we should have done. Let's see. Isolate Melvin Gordon. Well, that didn't happen. Okay. Because obviously it didn't happen when they're running screen passes to him and he's running all over the defense, and we couldn't seem to keep him beyond passing the line of scrimmage or even inside the hash marks or anything else. Okay? Make good sound decisions. Well, obviously that didn't work out for us. We didn't make good sound decisions offensively, definitely. So by throwing interceptions in the red zone on first down. So let's check out what else we fucked up on. Okay, yeah, we need right tackle help. Well, we didn't get none of that since we weren't running a lot of two-set backs and we weren't running a lot of tight end sets, so we didn't get that. So we didn't do that right. Let's see. Run Lynch 20 times. Well, we didn't even do that. We ran him 9 times. So, nope, we didn't do that either. And let's see what else. Pressure Rivers. Well, we got 1 sack. 1 sack. So guess what? Mark that off too. We didn't get that done either. So by the keys to winning when you don't do a single solitary one Obviously, you're not going to win, now are you? Fucking believable. So here we are to the final score of the game where the Chargers whipped our ass 26-10. Now, with as shitty as our defense did play, at least they held them under 20. At least they held them under the 27-point mark, which is what I gave them. But our offense did not produce anything on that side of the ball to produce the points that I said that we could possibly and should have put up against this football team. Instead, crucial turnovers, the interception in the red zone, the fumble by Martavis Bryant, and just the lackluster play of this football team all the way around, from the kicker to special teams to defense to offense to the coaching staff. Every single person is at fault for this loss here. When it comes down to it, we should have won this game. Matter of fact, every single loss that we have this year, we should have possibly been more competitive, and we could have won these damn games. Bad decision making on all sides of the ball. Bad decision making. Bad scheme. So, to be honest with you, there wasn't anything wrong with this football team besides the fact that we didn't have any leadership in the locker room, which we actually did. It was Khalil Mack. It was Bruce Irvin. It was Marshawn Lynch. And now we don't have that. We've got John Gruden. John Gruden is our leadership, and now we are leading a 1-4 record. From being a 12-4 playoff team from 2016 to spending all of the money that this team has spent, watching our best player walk to the Chicago Bears, and then watching our team perform this way under a lackluster play calling scheme. I'm tired of this guy already. Everybody wants to blame Derek Carr. Everybody wants to blame the players. I want to blame the way the roster was set up. I want to blame the scouting crew. I want to blame, because of all the injuries, I want to blame anybody who has anything to do with training these people up and making sure they don't get hurt. Okay? I'm going to blame John Gruden. I'm going to blame Mark Davis. I'm going to blame everybody in this organization for the reason and the reason why this team is operating the way it is. While every single one of us fans fall down in heartache because of desperate losses that we get, or we're rejoicing heavily over wins that we very well shouldn't have gotten. This is pathetic. I love my football team, but I sure am ashamed of the moves that they have made. I am squarely ashamed of bringing John Gruden back into the mix, giving him all that money and letting him come down and come in here and rip this team apart. This team does not play with any pizzazz anymore. Do you guys remember when Jack Del Rio would go for it on fourth down and get it? Jack Del Rio had balls. He might have been too friendly to the team, and I understand that's the reason why everything fell apart in 2017. Is because he was more of a player's coach. He listened to the players. Unlike this guy who's all about coming in here and trying to do the Patriot way, but we look like the new Cleveland Browns. Now, the commitment to excellence or the commitment to mediocrity with everything that I have seen from this season already, Well, you can go ahead and mark off that commitment to excellence part because we're not excelling in shit. Our defense is terrible. We had the number 2 passing offense before this week started. The number 2 passing offense in total yards. I believe it was total yards is what we were number 2 in. We were number 4 in passing offense. And this is what is happening to us. We were dominated on both sides of the ball, and our offense basically was shut down. It's lackluster play scheming, and I'll tell you what, man, I really don't think that all the players are really buying into this whatsoever. Well, this was your post-game week 5, guys. There's really nothing else I can say about it, except for maybe the simple fact that I guess we're going to have better luck next year, because we damn sure don't have anything going for us this year. 1-4. This is the worst start that I think I've ever seen us have in quite some time. John Gruden, with your play calling and your scheming, this is all I have to say right here. I do want to thank all my subscribers, all new subscribers, and everybody else who have been coming by the channel and checking out the content. We're 1-4, and I really don't know exactly how to feel about the team except express my anger toward what I believe is wrong. But I do thank all of you for stopping by, and I do appreciate all the support that you guys have given me over this past year. But I'll tell you what, this team, the way they play and how they do and how they've done this season, just it makes it really hard to watch these games. It makes it extremely hard for all of us, and I know it does, but the only thing that we can possibly do is sit back, have faith, and hope to God that either one of two things happen. John Gruden and this team finally start getting it together and we start pulling together some wins. Or 2, maybe we are just rebuilding and we start getting some really good draft picks from the Khalil Mack trade and we start making our way to Vegas, which is exactly what it seems. But I'll be honest with you, man, I want to see John Gruden off of these shows. I want to see him off of Inside the Huddle or Behind the Shield. I'm sick of seeing as much Raider content that's out there and as much as they're giving us this year. The only reason why they're doing that is because we have a celebrity coach. Our celebrity coach is basically trying to make our brand bigger and more known and more likable amongst all these other football fans because they're trying to promote the move to Vegas. I mean, that's the bottom line, and I mean, that's about as in layman terms as I can get it. Which, without wins, that doesn't matter. With everything you're doing, all your television time, and all your, oh, hey, look at what I'm doing over here, and yeah, this is the setup that we had over here, and blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, instead of talking about that, why ain't your bitch ass on the field coaching the team? You need to develop the W's before you can sit there on TV all the time and talk shit. You're not an ESPN analysis anymore. Stop acting like it. Do you see fucking Andy Reid on TV every week? No. Give me a break, man. You're too busy trying to worry about being Mr. fucking Hollywood instead of being a coach. So anyway, Raider Nation, man, this is the Raider Critique, man. I'm signing out on this episode. We have Seattle next week in London. Well, see, can't you tell that the Raiders are the NFL's bitches? Because every single time that we basically get, we lose a home game every single damn year having to go and promote in some other fucking country for the NFL. And how fair is that for us, well, it's not very fair, but when you borrow a shit ton of money from the NFL and then everything fucking falls apart because you still can't get it the fuck together, then you borrow more money to build a big ass fucking righteous stadium in Las Vegas because, my bad. What, was I not supposed to mention that? Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, come on, you guys need to get this shit together. You're fucking everything up, and then you're letting the NFL just basically walk all over you. I'm telling you, man, Al's got to be rolling over in his motherfucking grave right now. We are basically the stepping stones for the NFL, and we're definitely Roger Goodell's bitch. This is the regular critique, man. I'm signing the fuck out of here.